We have Joan CARETTE, who's from Simont Braun, and she and her team have been watching what's happening all over the event so far, all day long. And she will now try to summarize in 10 minutes one full day of Digital Finance Summit. So,
yes.
Joan, I wish you good luck with that, because I wouldn't be able to do it.
Thank you, Joan. Thank you. I think that we have heard a lot of interesting things today, and that reflects very well the state of the market and how the fintech industry had to adapt in those very difficult COVID times. Because taking one step back, in a few weeks now, we will enter the third year of COVID, which I believe even the most pessimistic people in the room didn't dare predict in the beginning of COVID. We have gone through very different phases, from the first one with the shock of discovering COVID, but also believing that it will not really affect our lives, to realizing that it affects our life, but hoping or believing that it will be only temporary, and probably the phase that we are in now, which is where we have to accept that it's still there, and that we will probably have to live with it still at least for some time now. And in those last 2 years, I believe we have all been put to test, and both at a personal level, but also from a business perspective and as a society. And personally, when I look at this, the word that comes to my mind, and I was very happy to see that someone else talked about it this morning, is the word of resilience. Because whatever the situation we had, all of us, and they might have been very different during those years, to go through those 2 years, we all had to show some level of resilience. And it's also the case for the fintech sector. And I believe that this summit is really a good illustration of the resilience of the Belgian fintech sector. It is an illustration thereof, first, because by its mere existence, I think that deciding to organize the event, but also organizing it, were not light decisions, and also, I believe, for the team, an important challenge, and we will thank them later for that, because I think it was difficult. But also for the people here in this room, deciding to attend the summit was probably not either a light decision. But still, it took place, we are here, and this shows our will together to continue living still despite COVID, and keeping the economy up and running as much as possible. Resilience was also, for me, the theme that transpired through the discussions we had and the presentations we had during the summit. Because the fintech sector not only find ways in those 2 years to cope with COVID, but actually was able sometimes to transfer COVID into opportunities, seeing where they could thrive, and that's again something that was discussed this morning, to actually bring real practical solutions that help people during those COVID times. And that's what we've seen, for instance, in the finance sector. We have discussed how the blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, both at private sector, but also at the level of national or supranational government, like CBDCs, can really revolutionize the way we will see our banks in the future. We have discussed how digital payments are still driving today's economy, and hopefully, because probably without those, we would not have survived the same way as we did in those 2 last years. And we have also seen that open banking could enable us as customers to maybe take better or safer decisions when, by making purchase online or whatever. That was for the finance sector. In the insurance sector, we have seen how insurance could use data science, for instance, or insurance platforms to cut their costs and also improve customer experience, or how with artificial intelligence and using data, they could go from a model where they basically pay and repair to a model where they predict and prevent and actually changing their business model. We have also seen, maybe in a more transversal note, that FinTech could also help generally all sectors with a solution like secure digital IDs, which ultimately also help in the digital inclusion, and also with cybersecurity solutions. One topic that we touch also, and which is very important, is the topic of ESG, which again reflects how preoccupation or the concerns of today's society. And again, we've seen that the FinTech sector could still help in there also by assisting companies into achieving their ESG objectives, such as by assisting for their disclosure requirements, but also the individuals, you and me, in achieving the same objectives. And for instance, we discussed this bank who also provide as a service, gives or communicates information to its client about their carbon footprint, analyzing their purchases. Finally, we touched about regulation, and so we discussed ESG, but also new or prospective regulations, so it's like EIDAS, the AMLD5, and I'm sorry, I'm a lawyer, so it should come way easier. And so all these regulations, DORA, MiCA, and so on, we will not enter into the details thereof. They have been discussed, but I think they are still worth noting because again, their mere existence shows that, at least at the European level, the FinTech sector is now seen as a very important, or at least an important part of our economy, and probably also one that could play a key role in the recovery of EU. And I'm not the one saying that, it's the European Commission who said so, including, for instance, or among others, in its digital finance strategy document in September 2020. And this leads me to actually the very topic of this summit, which is sustaining economic recovery and the role of fintechs in there. And I think that it has been said, but because its very core business is enabling or facilitating digital interaction in very important parts of our day-to-day life, being how we will consume insurance, how we pay, how we receive banking services, etc. The FinTech sector has a very strong role to play in sustaining the economic recovery. And listening to all the discussions and the presentations that I've seen, I'm really happy to see that the sector seems ready to take up the challenge, and I hope that it will continue so in the future. Voilà.
So hello everyone. First of all, thanks a lot to all the pitchers for the pitch session today. It was really insightful and actually really reflecting what is happening now in the market. So we have seen a lot of insurtech, support companies, wealth tech, and other kind of fintechs that are really booming at the moment. We see the industry booming. So to all of you, first of all, congrats, because it's already a win.
You can present them?
Yeah. So on the 20 finalists, we had a pool of startups and a pool of scale-ups. Some of them you might already recognize from last year. So we have seen companies such as Paperbox. We have also seen companies such as Transition and also Data Village. And it was a pleasure to see you and to see the evolution and everything that you did during this year. I think we can already maybe present the winner for the startup. Oh yeah, maybe us. So
you've done a good job as well. So
the member of the jury was mostly composed of persons who have background in the VC space. So you had Philippe Kuipers, who was representing Volta Venture, a Belgian-based VC. And you had Gauthier van der Hels, who is also representing Scale Fund, a Belgian VC. Pauline Brunel is representing Blackfin Capital, which is an European VC. Then you had Sébastien Doyen, which is representing digital attraction from Sambre Invest. And finally me, not from the investment space, but from BCG. For the award prizes, I think I can already announce, right, the name, or not yet? Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So for the award prizes, we have a Startup Pitch Award, then a Scale-Up Pitch Award, and a Coup de Cœur of the Jury Award. This is really a push from us. And then we have the Public Award that comes from Bizabo, where you all have voted for. What are being offered to the winners is coaching session from Scale Fund, Blackfin Capital. You have a 1-year membership to the FinTech Belgium, and also a book from Venta Venture. For BCG, I would be super happy to introduce you to our new FinTech platform, but happy to have that on a separate discussion. So the Startup Pitch Jury Awards.
Allez hop.
Okay,
Exactly.
go to
Come on.
Equity.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, sorry. Equity.
Equity. So we're looking for equity. Ils sont pas là? Yeah. No equity in the room? Yes. No, you're not? I'm sorry. They had to go. So we're going to give them here.
The prize. I take it then.
Yes, startup. So startup and this one.
So they are gone.
They are gone.
Business. Thank you. Very good. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Next
You
one.
can change the face actually afterwards. We'll put it there, okay?
Okay. Just keep an eye on him.
Yes, I keep an eye on it.
Not on you. Can we see the presentation back, please? So, Scale Up Pitch Award, Neterium. Come on, where are they? They're all gone. It's this one. Ah, yay!
Hey.
So you can...
Wonderful. Thank you. Can we do this?
Yes, we can do this.
Yes. Fantastic.
and take pictures all together, maybe?
Yeah, I want that. Yeah, thank you.
Hey, congratulations.
Come in. Le coup de cœur. Transition.
Transition. Hey, coup de cœur. Hey, coup de cœur. Transition. Hey, thank you. Congratulations. Well done, guys. Congratulations. Yeah. Picture. Picture. Congrats.
Ah, Wiquity est là. So apparently Wiquity is here.
Ah, too bad. There you go.
Congratulations.
You were looking first at the bottle, huh? I see.
We see the values.
The
It's
picture,
okay.
the picture. Very well done. Thank you very much. Enjoy the drinks.
Imo tokens. I don't know, they were this morning, so I don't know if they're still here.
We are there.
No, I think they were, yeah,
That's
they
for
were.
me, that's for, we will drink both of us.
They were, he was online, of course. He was online. We'll send him.
He was online.
Yes.
Hey, too bad. We keep it. Well done.
So thank you very much, and congratulations to all of you. We all won as well a free membership to FinTech Belgium for the coming year.
Well done.
Well done. Yes. So we're going to change the setup, and I'm going to invite Adina to join me on stage. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Thank you very, very much for coming all the way from Nice, and welcome. I'll just start by asking you maybe to introduce yourself a little bit. From being born in Romania with under communism and knowing all that past, being born and also growing there a tiny bit, and then from becoming actually, I have a little slide to show who Adina is actually. She's become the lady of FinTech of 2017, and very recently also made the cover of no less than the AGFI. So can you please maybe tell us how you get to where you are today?
Okay, it's a difficult question, and I want to thank all those that are still here, because we are standing between you and the drinks, and it's a really tough position to be in. So I was born in Romania in a small town where men were coal miners. So nothing really. I don't think I was supposed to end up here. I moved to France when I was 14, and then I spent a year in Alaska when I was 17. I got an actuarial degree in France. I became a trader when I was 23, then an asset manager. I've done some applied research with one of the best institutions in the world. And then I decided to found my own company 11 years ago. And that's when it all went south.
As an entrepreneur.
As an entrepreneur.
Indeed. So can you tell us a little bit more about your business?
Sure. So we help institutions with their need of innovating in terms of making financial solutions for their customers and distributing them through, say, a global platform to make sure that their distribution networks are equipped to give actual advice to their clients.
Okay, so you founded AAA 11 years ago, and can you maybe tell us why? I mean, you have quite some past and a very nice background, challenging as well, so I suppose it must be linked to that.
Well, I think the reason I decided to found a company was that I wanted to have my destiny in my own hands. And then the reason why I founded this type of company, I think that goes back to my past, because when communism died in Romania, people that were used to have everything taken care of, and in particular their pensions, from one day to the other, they found themselves with nothing. So I thought I could do something to help people really get hold of their financial future. That's the reason why I founded this company.
Well, that's a statement, mission statement and a half. Very clear and very humanist as well. I feel very, I read a little bit on AAA, of course, and talking about values, I found them very, very strongly in your mission statement. And I found, as you said, client centricity, but also transparency, sustainability. And so I was wondering, what actually drives you?
I think I really want to make a difference. I mean, in my own way, of course. And also I want my kids to be proud of me.
Well, that must help you waking up in the morning.
Definitely. That and the bills.
Yes, indeed. So, you were talking about being, of course, a woman, a mother, an entrepreneur, an actuary in finance, which is not especially super common. And So what would you say are your biggest challenges?
There are many of them. I mean, when I became a mother, I lost my job twice in this big world of banking and asset management. So that was a challenge back then, and it turned out to be a huge opportunity because it just opened the door to doing something better, bigger, different.
Well, that's a good view on things. I actually had the same experience, yeah. And that's how, 6 years later, we are here in the room of FinTech Belgium organizing this big event. I also lost my job at the time when I had my little Lola, and straight after I met Joan, that you have seen today, Xavier as well, and here they are, and Eric, and then we started working on FinTech Belgium, and we founded the non-profit that you know now, which is organizing the whole event. So indeed, a huge opportunity. So yeah, it's very inspiring for the audience. Would you have any other challenges or any maybe other example of where you see, okay, this was a very hard challenge and I made it an opportunity?
As much as I hate to say it, being a woman in finance is still a complicated thing. So I didn't personally mind it because I was raised to be a boy, so I never thought I was anything less than a boy. And actually, when I got my title of Women in FinTech, I said, I'm a man like all other, so thank you very much, but don't bother. But the perception is not the same, and I think the men in the room make all the difference because of everything they're doing right now to make sure that we all have like equal opportunities. And again, I didn't come from a world where I thought that I was different.
But you made it an opportunity.
I try to make it an opportunity, but when you talk with a 60-year-old banker, he doesn't always see it like that.
Can understand that. What would you say, like, in terms of advice, what would you give? I mean, we have entrepreneurs in the room. We're talking entrepreneurs, but also maybe some people, entrepreneurs, that will become entrepreneurs and might be inspired by you to become one. So what advice would you give, let's say yourself, actually, Adina, like 11 years ago?
I think I would have told myself, don't do it.
Really?
And I would also have told myself, don't listen to any advice, because the people giving the advice, they're not the ones that actually will live through the implementing it. No, more seriously, I think I would have told myself, you don't know anything about hiring people, so get help. You are clearly not a manager, get help. And so the short line is get help.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know if the audience has also a question. Don't hesitate to raise your hand and we'll get you a microphone. Now, yeah, as you said, you were given a lot of advice, whether, the ones that you followed, the one you didn't, maybe some you regret not following, some you were happy to. Can you maybe give us some examples of them?
So I got more encouragement than advice, so that was really helpful. One advice that I wish I had taken back then is don't get in business with family.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the proper of an entrepreneur is that he wouldn't listen. So I didn't listen.
And you failed, but forward. So now, just another type of question, like if you were given the opportunity to have dinner tonight, with the person who inspired you the most in your career, who would it be?
Okay, so I think I'd like to have dinner with Steve Jobs, but it wouldn't be fair to say that he inspired my career. I think what inspired my career is just what happened to me, the people that I met, and all the opportunities and failures. And so it's not a person, it wouldn't be many persons for different things. But yeah, I'd like to have dinner with Steve Jobs.
And why that exactly?
Because I see him as a huge innovator.
Okay,
yeah.
Innovation. Any book you would recommend to the audience?
Okay, that's a tough one. I personally like to read things that are not related to finance, that let me escape the day-to-day world. So I love, there's an author that I love, which is John Christian.
Okay.
Because, again, he talks about innovation a bit like Jules Verne.
Mm-hmm.
I loved his books when I was a kid, and yeah.
Innovation in a broader way.
Yeah, he makes fantasy about it, yeah.
Okay. Now, we've had a very, I think, inspiring day, bright day. I saw a lot of, smiles on the faces, and people, seem very happy. We talked about recovery, relaunch, sustainability. Can you please share with us your opinion on the future in general, or the future of your company, of the industry? But please, don't be gloomy. I'm kidding.
No, I see the future as definitely digital, that's for sure. And I see it full of opportunities, personally, because I like to see opportunities everywhere. And yeah, that's the general, I think, feeling. Opportunity, huge opportunity for those who are willing to get up early in the morning and be ready to take those opportunities. I mean, be prepared for good surprises, and they will come.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I think that we're not going to stand much longer between you and the cocktails. I'd like now, thank you very much, Adina, for this sharing. Just so that you know, we have, you can meet with Adina a bit later. She will be at the Speaker Cafe. I'd like to now thank everyone who has been there tonight. I'm going to call maybe the slides back, if possible. So I'd like to thank first everyone who was in the room. It was quite a hard, really, I think one of the hardest events we've had to, the chance to organize, talking about opportunities. We've had, we've had, the announcement last week that we were actually going to have to cancel. And then 10 seconds later, fortunately, they told me that they were canceling all the events in this municipality, but not ours.
I've seen her die in a video when the commune of Zaventem told her, like, yeah, we have to cancel all events, but not yours.
Yes, I was white as livid as the walls. But
it's been a roller coaster.
Absolutely. Yeah. But we made it. We made it mainly because of your trust. So thank you. Cool. Thank you. And thanks to your trust, the fact that I know I've been on your back all day to ask you to stay seated, but thank you so much for that, respecting all these rules. I'd like to thank all the partners. Again, I'm talking about trust. I think it's very important. We are a small non-profit, and without all these sponsors, we wouldn't be here. This event has been the success that it has been thanks to them, and the amount of them, it was huge. We have doubled the amount of partners from last year, And it's a huge opportunity for you guys as well to meet a lot of key players. So thank you all. I'm not going to give them all. As you can see, there were 40 in the exhibition hall. And I would like to thank also, I'll do that after, sorry, still talking. I'd like to call my team on stage. First, I'd like to thank the board, because they are doing a great job. I mean, we are working every day. We are full-time employees. We are only 3. But behind, we have a board of 10 people, including Joan. And I think
this is the upside world, because they're doing all the hard work and they're thanking us. So there are actually, this is the moment we make a sign for flowers, and we call that whole team on stage.
Exactly. So I'd like to call all the volunteers. So first, I'd like to call the mother of all members and the queen of admin, Regina.
Regina, we have flowers for you. Please come up here.
And as you might know, she's not just the mother of all members, but she's also my mom, family business. I'd like to call Joanna, who's been, and look at her, she's still the one running around with bags. So Joanna, a huge thank you to you too. Can't hear me anymore. A huge thank you for all your efforts. She just joined in the eye of the tornado in September, and she's done huge work. And what I like about Joanna are not just her cupcakes that she makes all the time for us, but also, yeah, her energy. And so yes, thank you again very much. I'd like to call Xavier. Xavier is part of the yes, absolutely, a board member. Yes, he has flowers too.
Yes,
I'm
oh
sorry.
wow,
Yes.
because I had names on him. I hadn't seen him. It's very well, very well, very well.
Thank you. Because Xavier has helped, has done a huge job at making all the content. So if you liked what was on stage, I think he deserves a second one. With Victoria, I'd like to call Victoria on stage as well.
Do not underestimate the work. They contacted all the speakers, prepared them, informed them, got their slide decks up to 2 o'clock or maybe 6 o'clock this morning, and everything was smooth and you didn't notice any of that. That's the hard work that goes ahead. So bravo.
And last but not least, working in the shadow, I would say, but harassing you with a lot of mails and a lot of communication, and today notifications on your app, Chiara.
Thank you, Chiara. Well done. Well
So
done.
Chiara is a student. She's going to finish in not long her mission with us. So she's looking for a job. So.
She won't be on the market for long, so if you're looking for good team extensions, you know where to go.
So thank you very much.
No, you're not gonna go empty-handed. There's yours. Without you, none of this would have happened.
Okay.
So, bravo, big round of applause. We're not allowed to kiss, but we are kissing you all and embracing you all. So big thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'd like to thank also all the partners. I hate the word suppliers. So all the partners who have been working today with us, we have been absolutely hellish to work with, and I'm completely aware of it. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for all your flexibility. The team behind there who made this stage absolutely beautiful. And so thank you very much, Dani and all the team, Brecht. And we're going to take
don't underestimate, we say hybrid event, it's quickly done, adapt, be resilient, but what they did is really incredible. Huh? Feeding audio, video, 2 directions from a room like this. So guys, awesome, great work.
And I'd like to call also the volunteers. We have had, and that's again, I don't know, Joanna's touch. I'd like you to all come on stage. We were expecting to have 12 volunteers, and then I asked Joanna to take care of it. Now you're going to count them. I think that there are no less than 24, 25. So thank you very much, guys. And I'm going to say a last thank you. I'm sorry, I would need the presentation again. Shall we take pictures? No, I'm going to first let people go to cocktail, I think.
Yes, we're going to do that. And we're going to applaud for everybody.
Doesn't work. I don't know why. Here we go. And so I'd like to give a special thank you to The Loft for the gorgeous cocktails that is going to expect us outside. So you enjoy tonight. There is a band. There is, unfortunately, yes! Woo! And there's a band. There is Belgian food. There are drinks, a lot of fantastic cocktails. And unfortunately, there's no dancing. There's more sitting. But it doesn't mean that we can't dance on our chair. So thank you again very much. And I hope to see you next year.
See you next year, and big, big thanks. Have a nice evening.